at any of them this week, be okay. Everyone except maybe Danny Willett.
Why Danny Willett?
I don't know. He's honestly probably out of all the Englishmen, I think he's probably the worst right now. We got like
What's
Fitzy, fucking, huh?
What's the office game?
He's been off his game, I feel like, for a couple of years. He like popped up, won the Masters, and disappeared.
All right, well, let's get on into it. What's going
Piece
on,
of
everybody?
shit.
Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you live. We've been live for a second here. Let's keep it rolling. We are going and talking about the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill Country Club. Arnold Palmer, shout out. Moff, tell him what's going on.
Yeah, we got the Arnold Palmer Invitational this week. Of course, the Tiger Woods has absolutely dominated, I think, 8 times. We've had some other guys like Rory pop up there, and they've always had a good streak here. But this course is a little different than our layout last week. Both Florida on the coast, similar style, but I mean this course is set up a little more so for bombers. I think par 73.
73.
And I don't know. You have to check. Maybe
it's
72.
Par 72. There's no such thing as a par 73 on the PGA Tour. Moff's the golf
it's
guy.
73.
Moff's the golf guy.
It's a par 73. No, it's
Come on,
what?
Moff.
4 par 5s, 4 par 5s, 4 par 3s, and 10 par 4s. So, and we got some long par 3s. So we're looking for guys with like some nice long range iron play. Just solid ball strikers all week really is what we need, and bombers. But other than that, what you got, Pat?
All right, so
not much on Bay Hill yet, dude.
On this episode of Keep It Rolling, we'll kind of get on into our fade of the week, which we'll recap last week's picks as well on this episode here. So our fade of the week was a phenomenal. It was the best fade of the week of all time. It was Matt Wolff. He finished in dead last at plus 175. He missed the cut. All the matchups plus
dead
one
last
as well. He missed. That was nice fade of the week there. But everything else, the top 20s, Lucas Glover and Jonathan Vegas, my guy, couldn't come up on Sunday with it. So we are looking to bounce back this week at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Look, we were on the ball. We had guys like CT Pan, Moff that finished in the top 20 that we set. Top Asian at plus 500. That cashed, even though he finished at even par, which, it was a tough, hell of a golf course, hell of a weekend.
Tough course. We saw Daniel Berger absolutely crumble.
Crumble.
And it's a running joke. I can say this now. Pat will shake his head, but I told Pat last week that I had the winner's name on my list. I had a list, list of guys when we go through the week. We're breaking it down. Truth be told, Sepp Straka was on the back of the list. And he did not come up in discussions, but he should have. He did come up in discussions, but it's just, it's easy to overlook guys when there's so many. This field this week, actually, 120 guys. It's a little smaller. And as usual, you got a lot of firepower, top of the world firepower this week. Top 70, I think. I'll get an invite. So.
Yep. Cool. So we'll get on into our fade of the week and we will not get into our locks. We'll do that on Tuesday's episode but we'll get into the course description, some past winners, some qualities that, Moff, you already started to bring up a little bit, started to talk about the Englishman, and we can go ahead and say fuck Danny Willett.
Yeah. Out of all of them, yeah. So the English guys, they're typically pretty good ball strikers. They're accurate off the tee. Just because that's kind of what they grew up playing, and they're also grown up on the coast. They deal with the wind. So, any of the English guys you can really take a stab at this week. Some of my favorites are probably Fitzpatrick, Tyrrell Hatton's up there. Who else we got? Paul Casey. I hate Paul Casey, but I love him this week.
Hate Paul Casey. He pops.
But yeah,
very consistent.
Now he does. He does. It really depends if the dude can. If he can just dial in his, if he can putt. I think that's what I've been noticing, this, and that's what some of the stats this week, approach to green and just total strokes gained and what was it? Tee to green are some big stat categories that kind of pop for guys that have success here and guys that have won. So
yeah, so some of the past winners, kind of a good mix. So 2 years ago it was Tyrell Hatton at -4. That was a weird.
That must have
year.
been a bloodbath. Yeah, it must have been a bloodbath.
Well, that one will kind of chalk up to
rain
else.
and wind, maybe.
But last year it was Bryson DeChambeau. But the year before, Francisco.
Out this week. Bryson is out this week.
He's out this week. So Francisco Molinari, Rory Mcilroy, Mark Leishman, Jason Day, Matt Every.
He's not playing. I looked him up. Yeah, I don't know.
And then we got Tiger, Martin Lair. So a lot of foreigners. Again, similar to last week, we said it. I'm pissed at myself. I wish I could screenshot, put it up on the computer like real quick. I wish I was that technically savvy. But, man, I was telling Moff, I had him in my lineups. Fucking Sepp Straka. The week before, we were talking about him. He hits approach shots well, and he plays tough courses. He's a scrappy dude. And, damn it, with the shout-out Ukraine, Eastern Europe.
Right there, Austria. Yeah, Pat asked me, anybody in Ukraine. And, like, if you guys do not know, I do have a little contact in Ukraine. And he was telling me, I was asking him, actually. And he said, no, it's really for the upper class. Not a lot of guys play golf in the Ukraine unless you got some stacks. And shout out Austria right there, a little neighbor, Sepp Straka with the comeback kid.
Yeah, shout out Sepp. That was awesome. Daniel Berger.
But, yeah, he played well. It's literally what I've been saying. Like, the guys that are playing well now, but he played well at Genesis, and it's literally the only thing I wrote down. It's like he doesn't pop on stat sheets, but he's playing well, and he's getting it done. And that's why I love Matt Fitzpatrick and guys. There's a couple of guys, Cam Young again. I mean, there's these guys that are they're playing really well, and you're like, damn, they got to win one soon, right? Or get close.
I think we're catching Cam Young at kind of like Will Zalatoris levels early on.
I want to see him win
the high upside. So a guy like him to finish top 20, that's a good number. But he is boomer bust, and he has the off-the-tee capability. This is one of those things this weekend, Moff. You're already talking about it, but we didn't quite get into it. You said the par threes were long. You didn't say how long. They're like 200 plus. They're some of the longest.
Long irons.
Yeah, I mean, they're long irons. And that is no joke for some people. I mean, they're the longest on tour, pretty much, the longest par threes. And when you add in that par fives this week, with a little bit of wind, we're going to want some guys that hit the ball out there. Guys not quite like Bryson, but,
So this is the easiest thing I can do. So like when I was telling you we're looking at comps, the only reason we can try and compare and like find guys that play golf like Tiger Woods, but there's only one of them. So like Tiger won 8 times here. And what did Tiger do great? He bombed. He hits long irons, darts, like he's throwing 4 irons to 3 or 4 feet type shit. Like that's what Tiger does. And he's hitting long putts. It's that sort of stuff. I think birdie percentage or better is a weird little stat that I've noticed this week with some of the guys who play well here, who have been playing well recently. Mark Leishman dominates here, and I mean he missed cut last year, but Jesus, he's every year other than last year, and it's that's what you look at. So I mean, if you can bomb it off the tee and stay out of trouble. And then it's approach to green. So that's kind of the blueprint in my mind.
Watching San Diego sitting on the side over here, rooting them in, Aztecs. All right, but what I was looking at was that one suspect year with Tyrell Hatton. This is the one thing that I wanted to point out from a numbers perspective. That was a bunch of wind. And we'll talk about that'll bring up the weather right off the rip. Moff. Doesn't look too good. A little bit of wind. When you're playing on a beach course, with right off the coast, that wind starts picking up. In 2020, what was that? The year Tyrell Hatton, I'm looking at it right here. The average wind was 12 to 25 every single round, and the scoring level was a whole stroke more over par.
Carnage, I love it.
So you see a guy win like Tyrell Hatton, who's just a dog. Who he's just
grinder
it out, find a couple birdies on some par fives, keep it tight, not lose his head, play Euro golf. The same shit that we said last week with damn Shane Lowry, Sepp Straka. And it's just
we did talk. We said Shane. We didn't take him, but we talked about guys that should be successful. Tommy Fleetwood was a bust, but then again, a guy like Tommy Fleetwood who played bad last week, he could be a little motivated to come out and show his fellow countrymen that he's no slouch. He's played very well here at Bay Hill as well. But yeah, it's these guys that have grown up. When you grow up playing in the wind, you gotta overcome. And these guys were born in it.
You get used to it. That's what I'm saying. So those guys definitely have an advantage if the wind and stuff picks up. So that'll be a live thing. We'll be, maybe tune in if Moff and I see something. Maybe Friday afternoon or something. If we see on the forecast that winds are supposed to pick up, we'll specifically target wind players. And that is the thing in golf, and we could take advantage there. Moff knows that.
Definitely.
So what are we thinking, Moff? What do we think off that note, kind of some long shots? Just like playing maybe the weather. Like some guys who are Euro, like a Sepp Straka, maybe the wind picks up. So we got somebody who can bomb the ball and scrap out some birdies at the same time. And now let's dive into a little RGR.
I don't really have too many dogs at the moment. I've kind of been, because there's so much talent. This week I was kind of trying to sift through, but I do have some dogs. Hold on. I don't know if they're Euro dogs or not.
So
I don't discriminate.
Who you got? What are we looking at?
I don't discriminate.
So we read out some of the past winners. Some of the guys that have had success here, in particular, Rory Mcilroy, Rory.
If I don't even know, I need to pull up the odds. I don't know if he's a true dog, but we talked about Gary Woodland last week, and Gary, was hanging around up there, 13th or whatever it was.
I think he might have finished top 5, top 10 for sure. He scrapped it out. Yeah, for sure. You talked about that was a good call, Moff. I'll give you that one. So for and Moff and I was bitching at Moff, man. I was bitching. So we missed the Lucas Glover lock of the week, because Moff called out my nut size on air, and I said we changed from Lucas Glover top 40 to Lucas Glover top 20. And Lucas Glover sure as shit finishes in the top 30, but does not finish in the top 20.
Right where he's been finishing all year.
We'll learn our lesson,
Hey, just for everybody, if you did take Lucas Glover top 40 last week, that's also a play I think we should entertain this week as well, because it's kind of the same blueprint. Like I said, super accurate guy off the tee. He's not super long, but he's 300 yards. Long irons, but iron play, ball striking, solid. Can't putt worth a shit. Lucas Glover and his short game's pretty trash too, but he plays well here. He's same kind of deal. He's had a couple top 10s a few years back, but he's playing decent now. Couple top 30s. He's making cuts, even though it didn't look like he was going to make the cut this weekend at one point. That line moved, boy. It went from 1 over to 2 over. A lot of guys were about to miss that cut. I think Billy Horschel was going to miss that cut. Louis scraped by.
Man.
It was close. Billy boy.
All the locals. So Shane Lowry, he lives in Jupiter right there. Berger, home course. Brooks, top 20. Billy Horschel, University of Florida, right there. All those guys, all those local guys played damn good.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this dog. Putnam on me, Andrew Putnam.
Putting him on
that
the
is we're putting him on the list. Andrew Putnam. Like I said, I only hit like the top tier guys this Monday. I was gonna dig a little deeper tomorrow. I'll have some more on Andrew Putnam, but.
So why you like Putnam? Why you putting him on the list?
I know he's not long off the tee, right? But
he's all right.
Ball striking. Hold on, I can pull it up.
Pull it up.
This is what we're here. We're chatting it out. We're
15 in. We'll probably take this about 30 minutes. So probably about another 15. We'll get to some long shots of the week.
45.
Long shots of the week. eventually our fade of the week as well, and then Moff, anything else?
We can't fade. We can't fade Matt Wolf twice, right?
Nah. I mean, good.
That head ain't fixed his stuff yet.
This is this is a tough course, but not as tough. That was a mental test. But Ian Poulter actually quoted Arnold Palmer. You know, it's a game of inches, and they say it's the 6 inches between the head that matter the most. And that's where, we faded Matthew Wolff. And, I told Moff, I can't wait to take Matthew Wolff to win or a top 5 here in a couple weeks when his odds are low. We're getting him at a super long shot. Last week, he was like one of the top 10, 15 favorites to win. That's not my style, especially for a guy like Matthew Wolff. But we will look for him at a scorer's paradise later. I said that yesterday, so something to keep in mind. And maybe throw it in the comments if I forget. Maybe I'll figure it out, though. Well, 1 week, Matthew Wolff. We'll be back. But Cameron Young, Moff, let's bring that up. Let's talk about him. He's a boomer. I think.
Okay, Cam Young, I can definitely talk about right now.
Huh?
I can talk about Cam Young. I got my shit on Cam Young.
First off, he's good on Bermuda, so he passes my test there. Doesn't have many rounds in, so that's high variance. Well, tough to tell there. But off the tee, you can see that's guaranteed. He's booming it. He can score the par
Big
fives. He's
booms.
no joke. Moff, go ahead and talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, so right there, driving distance. I mean, off the tee and then strokes gained off the tee. Big deal at Bay Hill. The kid is bombing it. He's pretty close to the top as far as distance goes. And we saw at the Genesis, he's pushing it past Victor Hovland and Joaquin, and that's great for the win. And I will say the one thing I think that could hurt him here, he's a great putter. He's long off the tee, but his iron game is not the sharpest. But where it's the best is those long irons, 200 to 225, because he's got the distance. So that is his stronger point of his game. Top 25 in total strokes gained. That's a big marker here at this course. And then it's this birdies or better percentage. There's a couple guys, Mark Leishman, like I already mentioned. I think Matt Fitzpatrick might have the birdie or betters. I bet if you were to look up Tiger Woods' fucking birdie or better percentage in the years he was playing, it's probably a separating stat also. Bogey avoidance, not Cam Young's. What? Well, it's accurate. So he's booming it off the tee, but he's not the most accurate. So that's his one downfall. And if he doesn't, but he seems to manage these courses pretty well. I mean, he managed to stay out of trouble the last few weeks, and I don't see why he couldn't keep doing it. So.
All right, so I got a name for you here. How about this? Sebastian Munoz.
Sebastian Munoz.
Yeah, keeping on my train of Latino. Seabass. Is he playing this week?
I haven't even seen his name, huh?
I've got him down as playing this week, and I've got him down as a top 5 tee to green cat. Now he can't putt for shit, so that's always what we got to worry about. But
Munoz, Munoz.
Yes, sir. He's not popping up. He's showing on one side, not the other. So we'll pass on Munoz for now. But looking at some of the other guys, Moff, give me some of the guys that you have on your list over there that you have that you claim the winner is over there. Holler some out. Let's pick back and forth. Let's 5 minutes of breaking down some of your guys.
All right. I mean, my top guy was going to be my top guy at the Genesis, Matt Fitzpatrick, before he got the flu. The kid dominates here. He's been dominating just in general lately. And strokes gained total, he's 2. Same deal. Long irons. He's the 200 to 225 range. He's throwing darts. Good putter.
Fucking Fitz.
he hits. But see, the thing is we want to be contrarian, and I know you don't keep up with it, but everything I've been seeing in the last like today, it seems like I mean, Fitzy is up there a lot.
Hey.
I mean, Mark Leishman is up there a lot.
Lock of the week.
I'm not gonna.
Lock of the week's just about a lock of the week. It's a good best pick, best odds. If we got a good top 20 pick on Matt Fitzpatrick, I'm down. I mean, at his courses here, his last 3 years at this course, 10th, 9th, 2nd, a miscut, and then 13th and 27th. So the past 6 years, just absolutely money. Coming off the flu, after effects of the flu, Moff, I think he's all right. But he's one of these guys.
I think he's just fine.
English motherfuckers can play with the weather.
He hits all the boxes pretty much except driving distance. Is his one negative check, and it's not that bad.
What driving distance? He's got enough.
Yeah, you obviously see he has enough. He's played fine here.
That's the thing. He's accurate. So his strokes gained off the tee is top 30, 35, I do believe actually to be exact, which is
correct.
Crucial.
And his iron game is.
Yeah, 200 to 225 is his specialty, if I'm correct. Moff, correct me if I'm wrong. Or I think you said short and long. So, yeah, I think 200 to 225, which is necessary at those par fives. Pulling up some of his numbers, birdie or better, putting. Definitely.
What's his birdie or better?
19th, top 20.
Top 20. I know. I'm telling you.
Sir, that's an N1.
And Rory, Rory, some of these Euro guys, the stats are skewed, so it's harder for me to. But I bet Rory's birdie or better percentage is pretty good too.
No, I think they're weighted for what you're looking at for the most part.
Yeah.
Or PGA rounds. But what do you think about?
They are.
Let's talk about. I mean, what about some of the other guys? Fire them off.
Jason Kochrack.
Yeah. I mean. Birdie
I like Kochrack. Same
par 5, birdie or better. That's a good. Actually, Kochrack. What we got about Kochrack?
Three putt avoidance, 200 to 225 irons, also in his wheelhouse. 8th last year, didn't play the year before. 15th, 13th, miscut. I'm looking at the wrong sticky. 8th, 18th, and 10th the last 3 years at Bay Hill.
Battery died.
Sorry guys, I got stickies on all these bitches. At least the guys I like the most. Great putter. But honestly, Kochrack's just he's solid iron player, ball striker. And he's been playing well recently. Finished 26 at the Genesis.
Yeah, and he's another guy, he's good at tough courses. So
Kochrack, Chris Kirk, love Chris Kirk this week. Not long off the tee, but iron game is solid, accurate off the tee, gain strokes around the green, top 20 strokes gained total, 8th, didn't play, 15th, 13th, miscut last few years. Better on Bermuda. There is a positive variance with him compared to because he's not the best putter, but he does play better on these Bermuda greens.
Always.
Who you like? I gave you some names. You gave one guy who's not playing.
No, I'm thinking that Seabass could be playing down there. Oh,
I can't find him.
Maybe because his name is under Juan Sebastian.
I can give out my goodies early if you want. I mean, I love Max Homa this week again. Shout out the stash. Oh my God, he's another guy with the birdie or better percentage tick mark. He's a solid iron gamer. Negative variance on Bermuda though.
Yeah,
but he plays okay.
I'm not taking.
He's all right here.
I know we're a Homa podcast. We're a bunch of Homas, but ain't happening.
I don't know. If I still have the stash when he tees off on Thursday, you might as well go ahead and lock it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to put at least a top 5 in. But I'm looking for guys to score. So guys in the field this week. In particular,
also love Rory. I love Rory.
My scoring model. This is if the wind is dying down. If we see on Wednesday that the wind is not going to be anything too crazy. I'm looking for guys that can score and attack this course while it does play hard. it has 4 par 5s. It is par 72. So Eagles and, par 5 performance, that stuff comes into play big time there. So my scoring model here, Rom, of course, but some long shots, some long names here. A guy like Cameron Champ is an interesting name. I think since we're bringing up long shots, odds to make the cut, odds in some matchups maybe with some of these shorter hitters. At 200 to 190, whatever he is, he's a long shot, but the dude bombs off the tee.
Yeah, Cam Champ bombs.
He's going to bogey some, right, Moff? But shit, tell me he's not going to eagle a couple holes and maybe he gets through. He's one of those guys.
For sure.
So I think he's an interesting long shot there at those odds. A name that popped, a weird name. We talk about Europeans and whatnot. I think this is a name. This might be my dark horse that I just take every single week because sometime this year the guy's going to win. But he sucks on Bermuda, so it's tough.
Lee Westwood? Nothing. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nope. We're leaving him alone. Seamus Power. But
birdie or better percent, and he's stroke gain, approach, and off the tee. Or putting, excuse me.
And he's
Irish
as fuck.
Yep, the Euros. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, could throw a dart. You could literally put some names on a dartboard, except Danny Willett, and throw darts. I don't even mean to go in on Danny like that. I have the least faith out of all. Matt Wallace is a long shot Euro, by the way, you guys. If you want a long shot, Matt Wallace. Good history here at this tournament, but absolute poop on the stat sheets and as of late. But Matt Wallace, longest of shots. Look it up, Pat.
If we're going long shots, I'm going back to. I will look them up. I'm not. I'll hold you for it. But we'll be back here on Wednesday, doing this again. Actually, tomorrow on Tuesday, we'll have an episode of Keep It Rollin'. Ain't that right, Moff? We will have our lock of the week. But Moff, let's go ahead. Let's dive in. We got about 5 more minutes. Let's find ourselves a fade of the week based off some of the categories, some of the qualities that we have said. So maybe a guy who's a West Coast golfer coming in here with some decent odds. Short hitter maybe. What you got?
I think I don't like to fade him just because he's been playing so well, but a guy who has like negative variance on Bermuda greens is Adam Scott, who's been like playing well. He's one of like these top guys they've got. I mean, but he also hits he's not going to be wearing that sweater. It's too hot for the sweater.
I don't like him. Too
hot.
That's an interesting one.
But he's also one of the only guys, like I said, like Mark Leishman and like Matt Fitzpatrick that have these strokes gained approach and strokes gained putting. Both of them. Both are positive. It's really hard to find somebody who's got either. It's weird. That's what I've just like straight down this list.
I'm just gonna say, fuck it. Rory Mcilroy, top 5 is gonna be my pick of the week. Is not my pick of the week, but that's my long shot. I think that's good, long enough odds to plus 400, I do believe, for him to be top 5.
I thought you were fading Rory.
No, not fade.
We were talking about fades.
I'm still talking long shot while I'm looking at it. I'm just gonna get that out. His last 5 here: 10, 5, 6, 1, 4. I mean, sounds like a damn telephone number. He's low.
Yeah.
And his game is on point right now. He's killing it off.
He's like that.
He's putting it well. He is like that. He's got the Euro game. He can play if it's a score fest, he can do it. If like last week, he can finish at, whatever. He can scrap it out.
I really don't know how John Rahm is a favorite over Rory with the track record. I mean,
Rahm's never played here.
Oh shit, Rahm's never played here.
That's the interesting thing.
Oh. Well, actually, that's not good anyways.
Why is that?
that's another downfall. I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but history bodes well for people here. It's kind of one of those courses, these greens have certain breaks in them. It's just, I mean, I guess that's every golf course,
let me just tell you that studs in their first time at this golf course, such that Max Homa, 24th, Willie Z, 10th, Tyrell Hatton, 4th.
And this is the best golfer in the world.
So let's just keep that in mind there. Rory,
hot take. I mean, he doesn't beat Rory this week.
Good golfers can come in here and tear it apart, but it does rank as one of the toughest. And with the wind blowing, it's something to keep an eye on there. There's no dirt about dirt. Fade of the week. I don't want to go ahead and fade Sepp Straka off a win, though. I think
don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. But he's a weekend guy. I told Moff. It makes me absolutely sick. But I should have taken him live. But Sepp Straka, he's one of the best on day 4 on Sunday. The dude makes his money, and sure enough, just did what he had to, and Berger did the rest. But we got action in San Diego State and Wyoming up in the mountains. Up 9 to go. Let's go. But other than that, Muff.
Munoz is on this list. Why is he on?
That's what I'm
why
saying.
wasn't he popping
That's what
up?
I'm saying. Munoz is on the list. I just can't fit. For the life of me.
Weird.
Very weird.
Okay.
Thank you. Gracias, senor.
Is Tom Hogue considered? He's not considered a long shot.
Hoagie? Nah.
Fade of the week. Do we think Tommy Fleetwood's playing like dog shit right now?
I don't think he's played enough, to be honest. All right, so I got one for you here. Hear me out. Nah, we can't do that. Brendan Todd. Todd.
I will say, I feel like we could fade Matt Wolff again. I mean, it'd be a little insulting, I think. I mean, to call the dude out 2 straight weeks. But, I mean, the dude's got his wrist taped up, man. That's got to be – he's already a head case. He's saying, on my wrist. It's his lead wrist. It's not like – come on, man. The dude is like Matt Ryan once he gets hit. He just turns – he's helpless, I think. And I can't say anything. I'd be the same way. I'd be out there bitching. I'd be bitching about my wrist and making excuses. And I feel like that's the type of cat a lot of us – can be, and I think that's who Matt Wolff is because he's young, and we watched him implode last week. So
implode. One guy I'm looking for, boom or bust, maybe in that category now, but long odds as the Cowboys make a run. Thomas Peters, 90-1, 80-1, 85-1. He's right in there with that Juan Sebastian Munoz. But Peters has been playing phenomenal. But coming off the miscut, he's one of these guys you're looking at super boom or bust. He won earlier this year. His approach game, his off the tee, he's German as all ever. Really like me some Thomas Peters. I can't find a fade, Moff. Who are we fading here? Last week, Matthew Wolff just came to mind as soon as we started talking about head cases. That was just natural. Now we're looking for guys that can't score. So we're looking for the bottom of the barrel as far as par 5 scoring. Guys that don't take advantage of eagles.
I got him. I think I got him right here, Pat.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Who we got?
Fucking Charlie Schwartzel.
Almost not.
Bro, miscut, and he's the last 3 out of 4 times he's tried to play here, miscut, 45th in 2017. Come on. There's a couple dudes like that, though. Brendan Steele. Not here. Don't fuck with Brendan Steele here. Boomer bust for sure. But Schwartzel is just bust. He's never boomed.
Yeah, so, here's one month. There's not near as much – correct me if I'm wrong again. There's not near as much water, right?
There's some water, but it's
not near as much as last. I mean, there's
Not quite.
Not even comparable. All right, I didn't think so. So, yeah, we're looking for no nuts. Got no balls. We're looking for no nuts. Who's got them? Who doesn't have them?
Schwartzel looks like his nuts are in his
Kevin
stomach.
Na is coming to mind.
No, don't do Kevin Na. Kevin Na is actually kind of a sleeper pick for me this week.
All right.
To make the cut, Kevin Na to make the cut. Don't disrespect Kevy like that. He will walk that top 50 in.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say it's got to be an American.
Okay.
I'm going to take Sam Burns to win.
Like Sam Burns. How about old Hudson Swafford? Already got a dub this year, but hadn't done shit since he won.
Hey, it happens. It's like that.
I mean, it just fucking fall off the earth.
Is Berger going to come back to life this week or what? Is he?
Yeah. Berger, yeah. He's not even is he playing?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going back to the one name that keeps popping for me is Sam Burns. Tee to green. He's a phenomenal putter on Bermuda. He likes this kind of, he's from down Louisiana, down in the bayou. Year of the Tiger, ain't it, Moff?
Year of the Tiger, damn sure is.
He's been doing everything great. He hasn't been putting well this year, and he hasn't played on Bermuda. I do not believe, if I'm correct, Moff. So
I'm trying to find if I have a Sam Burns sticky note.
You know what? I'm going to say it. Billy Horschel might be my fade of the week. He's playing every week.
Yeah, fun. You have fun with that.
How's he on? Actually, no, he eagled a couple. He's got some par 5 scoring. We'll come up with that. You know what? We'll lock it up. We'll lock it in. We're struggling right now with coming up with the fade of the week. We'll do some
fade has to
be
be
that one out. Or fade of the week, and we'll put it in tomorrow's
it's tough.
episode with our double.
We got a lot of. I mean, especially when Pat hands out a dude who finishes dead last. I mean, it's hard to follow that up. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be, but it's a smaller field. Less guys are gonna get cut. So remember that too, Pat. But Charles Schwartzel.
I mean, what's his odds? He doesn't have great odds, does he? Charles Schwartzel. Maybe we can fade him in a matchup. That could be a nice one. We'll find a matchup, we'll keep that in mind. That'll be our fade of the week. We'll wrap it up here.
About Russell Henley.
Russell Henley. He's a Georgia boy from that kind of area. Which I don't know about that.
He's only played once, finished 45th. Playing well this year, but it looks like Poana Greens. Oh, I think I have one for you. I mean, I don't know what the juice is. Siwoo Kim has been playing well this year, but these greens give him fits. It makes zero sense, but it's terrible. It's never made the cut here. 73rd at Genesis.
Okay.
Real bad putting, like big strokes lost putting.
Okay, maybe hear me out. So last week I said this, I'm all about odds. Sung Jae last week was 14-1. I said forget about him. Now he's sitting at like 25, 28, 30-1. Sung Jae M versus to go as like top Asian in this field. Matsuyama is more consistent, not really the boomer bust type on this field. Though I will just
very average performance here.
Hideki did just turn the dirty 30.
He did.
So he was celebrating big time.
At sushi rolls.
Bad sushi rolls. Yeah, I don't know. Patty Reed, what?
I just saw Pat Reed. That could be one. He didn't make the cut last week, did he? No.
No, I don't think he did.
No. Let's fade Patty Reed. Fuck yeah. I'm so down. Let's do it. He's going to fucking draw those things into the...
Bermuda's his weakest putting green. He doesn't bogey much. His birdie or better is aight. His driving distance is shit. His off the tee is shit. Putts, he's a good putter, but he's worse on this kind of green. So, yeah, I mean, Moff, we're looking at
Let's fade him. What's the juice?
What's the juice? That's a good question. What's the juice? What's the juice? All right, so at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, over the last 4 years here, he has been cut once. It's been kind of gradual. So he finished 7th here in 2018. He putted phenomenally. His around the green, he gained almost 9 strokes on the field, an absurd amount around the green and putting, and that's his 7th place finish. So that's the kind of stuff in peak form. Patty Reed saving his ass, but 2019 off the tee was absolutely terrible, and that kind of cost him. He was top 50. He finished at 50th, and then the year after 15th. So Moff, he's had some decent success here, which is why his odds are probably what they are. So I think it's not a bad fade there.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that's too bad of a fade. I think odds shouldn't be too bad. I'm looking on FanDuel's. Shout out FanDuel Sportsbook. Golf odds here. That's the thing, man. These damn sportsbooks don't have things up until
tomorrow probably.
Yeah, that's the one thing about golf.
All they have are the outrights. That's what everybody does. Like everybody likes to give their outrights. And they kind of give them like 2 of the top tiers, 2 of the mid tiers, 2 long shots. Yep. But obviously we don't do everything like everyone else. We do whatever the fuck we want. So don't anyone forget that. But give us some suggestions if you guys what you guys want to hear on Monday. We're more than happy to oblige. We just shoot the shit, kind of give you an overview. We'll probably repeat some names tomorrow, but it's because we like them. Or in this case of Patrick Reed and Charles Schwartzel, we hate them. So I don't know. We got to narrow it down, but I think there's a handful of guys that have the best shots. We need better DFS this week. Hopefully we get some better DFS this week.
Yeah.
My DFS was shit, for the record.
Yeah, so it was right from the rip, but tough week. Now we're looking for guys that can score. We're gonna have our DFS, and we'll 100%. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm building the ultimate scoring model. I'm gonna have a couple different DFS going this weekend because I think this is gonna be one. We'll build a wind model. We'll build a wind DFS with a bunch of euros, and then we'll build a scoring one with a bunch of guys that can put the ball in the hole, leading with Sam Burns. What you say, Muff?
One last long shot. J-Day.
Won it before, 65-1. Fuck him. Fade him. How's he on Bermuda?
Good question.
I'll have that database by next week. I will have that Moff for us by next week.
Think so?
I will. Let's go, baby. We're sweating in the Aztecs. Moff, what do we got? 45 minutes in?
Yeah. I think they've heard enough.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe. You D-Gens, thank you for turning in. And Pat, send them off.
D-Gens. These are good people. Appreciate it. If you're into golf, if you're not into golf, you're just tuning in to make a little bread. Fade of the week and lock of the week will be on tomorrow's episode. It will be quick and swift. Moff and I will have everything already looked up, and we will be shooting the shit, talking, and picking through the best picks of the week. And get one for a lock of the week again, which will be 2. We are 2 out of 3. Shit. On that note, peace and blessings. Good luck. God bless. Grind on.
Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling. Let's go Aztecs.
Go Aztecs.